What is my favorite food or cuisine?
Sure, you've got a lot. Yes, good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, basically.
She rejected me way too many times before that, so I was never.
And he was like, I'm done now.
The first move ever again.
This is definitely the guy for me. So it started back in, we were grade 10. We were in separate schools, high schools. And then in grade 10, he moved to my high school Rustenburg, back in South Africa. And yeah, we ended up being good friends in the beginning. You can tell that part first then.
Oh, well, she missed a bit of a small detail. I was actually in a different school than her, just like she said, but then we actually met for the real first time at like a church camp or church day on a Friday, I believe. We were in the same Sunday school class, and that's where we first met, and that's where I first thought she's a really good-looking person, and I really liked her from that day on. And then tried to become friends when I basically arrived in the new school. I just started chatting with her, and yeah, it was an interesting concept the first few years. She was never really interested. We were just friends. We would always chat quite nicely. Have a good relationship on like Mixit back then. Had good chats, and it was actually quite cool. Now, one of my best friends, we played a lot of cricket together in Jagathagalo. We were actually walking to a movie or from a movie, I can't remember the exact timings, and we walked past her and her then boyfriend, and I like told my best friend that time, like, you see that girl, I want to marry her one day. So that was like when we were like 16, 17. So for me it was always from the start, but I think she's quite right. If it happened that time, it probably wouldn't have worked out, wouldn't have lasted this long. And like the way it worked out, the long distance thing, she's quite right. Like, I really think our whole relationship has been long distance. She was in Potchefstroom, I was in Pretoria. When she shifted to Pretoria, I shifted to Potchefstroom. So it worked out that way that we never really spent a lot of time together in one certain place. And it's exactly the same.
Lockdown was the first time ever, or the longest period that we've been together ever.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Eventually in our second year, I was like, okay, no, this is definitely the guy for me. And then, yeah, he invited me to his 20th birthday party. We were a group of friends going out. And I think from there, yeah, I just started.
Yeah, she made the first move.
Yeah, basically.
She rejected me way too many times before that, so I was never.
And he was like, I'm done now.
The first move ever again.
Yeah.
So she made the first move, and then from there, yeah, it just developed nicely, if you want to call it that. At least I proposed, she didn't make the first move. No, that was, we had a nice night. I mean, I think you can explain.
It was actually, I wanted to surprise my mom for her, I think it was her 50th or something birthday in Cape Town. So my mom and dad went to Cape Town for like a long weekend for her birthday. And then I wanted to surprise her there in Cape Town. But behind my back, Dwaine and her and his mom actually chatted about everything, organized everything, so they surprised me. So we were together, I think he said, yeah, for 4 years. Then we were it was around our anniversary. He said, okay, we're gonna go out for like dinner, a nice dinner. And yeah, then he proposed there on like a nice wine farm. It was, yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, it was a nice night, very nervous. Scariest night of my life. But yeah, no, it was really cool. It worked out quite well.
4 years. Yeah, we dated for 4 years, then we got engaged
for a year.
Yeah, and then
so quite a while actually. I was still studying. I'm quite the practical type of guy. I don't like responsibilities if I'm not ready for them. So financially, I wanted to be in a more secure place so that I can actually look after her and not worry about all those other things. And I was chasing the cricket dream. Unfortunately, that happened quite quickly, which put me in a position to actually get engaged and stuff like that. But yeah, it was about 4 years of going out. I agree. Yeah, Yeah, relationship-wise, I don't think much has changed. I think we've always been very supportive, enjoyed each other's time quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, most of our free time we spend together. It's not like, yeah, and we're very independent in that type of relationship. We spend a lot of time together. We make a certain effort to do that, but we've always done that. So it's in terms of relationship-wise, it hasn't changed much. It's more like the responsibilities that it's just stacked up on top of each other. So yeah, that's about it. Well, to be honest, we don't fight that often. I do believe we've got quite a strong relationship where each of us respects each other's opinion quite a bit. So yes, we do argue, but about like not too important things. Like it's the weirdest thing. Like sometimes we might fight about stuff that aren't related to our relationship at all. And those are actually the frustrating fights. But between relationship-wise, we're actually really cool. She's really supportive. She never puts me under pressure in terms of me not being there. She never throws it back into my face. Not being present as much as I want to be. So I think from my point of view, that makes my role as like a husband much easier to support her, because she doesn't tell me that I'm not there, or she never makes this job feel like a burden on our relationship. She's very understanding in terms of how we operate and how uncertain things are and what the pressures are. If I have a bad performance, she doesn't necessarily put me under pressure. You better perform, otherwise you're not going to have a house or something like that. So there's no added pressure from her side. It's always just support.
I feel like in that sense as well, God prepared me like a long time ago. I was actually scoring for the first team in high school. Yeah, so you played in that team as well. So yeah, loved cricket, from a long time ago, even before we, started dating.
Yeah, so they've got a very sport-mad family. Her dad, her mom,
loves it.
Her grandparents, everyone just loves sport a lot. And yeah, she was the scorer about, I think, 2 years. While I was playing cricket for that team. So yeah, it worked out really well.
I'm actually doing not what I studied. So I studied human movement science, and then after that I did my teaching degree as well, or diploma. So I was first a teacher, a grade 1 teacher, loved it. I still miss the kids a lot. I always said that I wanted to work from home. I would love that. And I always loved doing nails. So I started with the teaching after school hours until late in the evening, did people's nails. Loved that, and I built up like a good clientele, so that eventually when I fell pregnant with Anlu, I could leave the teaching and just do that. And I did that up until 2020 with lockdown. Then me and Dwaine chatted about doing something extra, because then, everyone didn't have, or I didn't have an income in lockdown. Then he actually came up with the idea of laser hair removal. Yeah, we researched that. Bought my machine, and then close to us there's a spa, and I rented like a space there. And it was last year, October. I think it was October. September, October. One of my nail clients, actually, because then I got so busy with the laser I couldn't do nails anymore. And one of my old nail clients phoned me and said, listen, there's a salon close by up for sale. The people are moving to the USA. And we bought that. I started October last year, moved my laser machine to that salon, and running it ever since. So it's been quite busy, hectic, but I love every moment of it.
So it's always been a dream of hers. So since me and her met, even though she was studying something different, she was always into beauty. Even at university, it's always been a massive interest of hers, and it's always been a dream of her to have her own salon, work for herself, have her own business. So when the opportunity came, it was actually a no-brainer. Previously, we looked at a few other options as well, also in the beauty industry, but never something that really made sense when you looked at the numbers. But this one was a no-brainer on our part. I wasn't even in South Africa Africa at the moment. I was touring England, and she went to go look at the place, and she fell in love with the salon, and it was just a natural evolve. It was like, okay, this is your dream. You've supported me in my dream for so long. Let me help you support you in your dream, and we'll figure the other stuff out later. Timing, and I don't believe this could have been better. The timing worked out perfectly. If it was probably 2 years earlier, she probably wouldn't have been ready for the challenge. I probably wouldn't have been ready. So I think it worked out perfectly.
I would say the support, like how he supports me, even while we're not together, not even like in the same country. Just always being there and like being so involved in my life and in Hanlu's life, even when he's not even at home. I would say that is like a massive thing for me.
And my side will probably be how strong she is in terms of supporting Hanlu and like taking on all the challenges that there are back home when I'm not there. Obviously, I don't spend a lot of time at home during the year. And also, she doesn't have much of a support base. So all the challenges that has gone past her part the last, 5, 6, 7 years, no, close to 9 years of me playing cricket, but 6 years with Hanlu there as well. Yeah, she's really surprised me in the way she's handled all the pressures, and then obviously starting her own business with all the other responsibilities. Yeah, she's really surprised me in terms of how well she handles and copes with all the pressure.
What is my favorite food or cuisine?
Sure, you've got a lot. But I would probably say sushi, and specifically probably cowfish in Pretoria. Okay, what is my proudest achievement?
I think there's two. I think being chosen for the Pretorius, and then definitely the IPL. That was like a lifelong dream. What is my favorite hobby or activity? It's a difficult one.
Well, I would probably say afternoon naps is up there.
Yeah.
You'll really love that, and I think if you can have that every day of the year, you would have that.
That would be amazing.
But maybe activity, I would probably say, I think you just love doing nails, like as a hobby. Even though it's your job, you love it. You love the relationships you build with your clients. So
yeah, definitely.
What is your favorite memory of us together?
So honeymoon, we went to Mauritius, to Trebuchet. No?
Yeah,
that's what it's
however
called.
you pronounce it. That's
yeah,
how
it's
we
spelled
pronounce
very
it.
like weird, but yeah, it was amazing. We were there for 10 days, basically just eating, sleeping, beach every day. It was amazing.
That's our version of
Relax.
holiday. Not like being too busy, not like seeing 1,000 things, just spending time together, and we love beaches. So yeah, that was actually perfect.
Okay, what is my most embarrassing moment?
You haven't had many, but I would probably say my most embarrassing moment that you caused was when you slapped me through my face when we were 16 in school.
Ew.
I actually don't know.
I was like very strict, like you do not curse in front of me, and I think that's what happened.
I don't know.
I think it was that.
She like full out slapped me through my face. We were 16, I'm like, yeah, I was joking with her, I'm not sure what I said, but yeah, she didn't like what I said, obviously. I forgot what I said after the slap.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was my most embarrassing moment caused by her.
Kijk, let's be
Yes, good on. Good on. Yes, I love ice cream, mate.
Playing cricket more, not school.
No, I mean, he means the world to me. Not going to go into much detail, then I'll start crying. But yeah, no, look, he's obviously everything to me. Whenever I'm back home, because I spend so much time away, I try and really be present. Like I'll drop him off at school, pick him up from school, take him to his extramural stuff. I don't do golf, I don't do anything else. So when I'm there, I'm basically a full-time dad, if you want to call it that, or stay-at-home dad. I do my training in the mornings, organize everything that way, that when he's back home, I can do everything, because obviously both of them sacrifice a lot with me not being there. So I just try and be present whenever I'm at home, and obviously it's tough sometimes when he's crying and I'm not there. That's the worst part. So those are the biggest sacrifices that we do as sportsmen that most people don't necessarily see. I mean, that's more behind the scenes. So yeah, I'm sure you guys will pick it up that I'm trying to be as present as possible with them whenever they're here. But they're very supportive, and also what is really cool about this environment, when I was growing up, we were actually joking about it the other day, I just wished to play one season of IPL, even if it was as a netback. Now it's my second year, and hopefully these type of experiences just like inspire him to become the best. Whatever he becomes, just become the best at it. Like don't ever give up. Don't give up on challenges, because it is worth it. You can reach your dreams. Just pushing for it. So I hope these trips like really inspire you.